Spurgeon here with RevZilla to talk to you about the Alpinestars Campeche Boots available at RevZilla.com. So what you're going to see on the table in front of me is the new Campatcha boots, and really what we're seeing is a lot of the DNA carried down from the Corazal, but to give you more of a touring-oriented boot. So where the Corazal was definitely more for that ADV crowd that was getting a little bit off-road, what we have now is a boot that's going to be designed for riders that are probably going to be on an adventure bike, but they want something a little bit more touring-oriented. They don't want the big, beefy style. We're basically going from a 15-inch boot down to about a 12.5-inch boot. The main construction is going to stay the same throughout from a material standpoint, and the sole is going to stay the same too. But now we're just getting a boot that's a little bit slimmer, so it fits underneath the pants a little bit easier, and you're just taking more of a touring look with this. So with that being said, let's get the Corazal off the table and really focus on what we're seeing with the new Campatcha. So, like I said, the construction is going to stay the same. We're looking at that nubuck leather, microfiber in the bellows, and then we're also going to see the sizing is going to range from a 7 to a 13. Two different colors. You can go with the all black or you can go with the black brown. Now the price does change if you bump to the brown. So the all black version is $250, and then you do bump to right around the $260 mark if you are looking at the brown version. And even with the brown, you can see there's still a considerable amount of black worked into this. So it's not like it's a full brown boot. And I actually personally prefer the brown kind of a style with this. But like I said, if you're those of you out there that just want that full black version, that is there too. Sizes will range from the 7 to the 13, and we find that this fits true to size. So there's no need to size up or size down. Depending on what you normally wear, this should fit you just fine. And then we're also going to see with the sole on this, much like we had with the Corazal, it's that same sole, but it is definitely going to be a rigid sole. So we're going to call this a 7 out of 10. So from a flex standpoint, there's a lot of rigidity here for those of you that might possibly be standing up on the pegs from time to time. But the comfort that's built in is the fact that there's 2 layers to the sole. If you're looking at the sole right now, you'll see this gray layer, and this acts as a shock absorbing layer. So it's extremely comfortable to wear on a regular basis if you're wearing it all day on a touring ride. But then the lug version down below is going to give you your grip, and you're going to see you have a real beefy lug to this. And it is the same sole that we had on the Corazal, now carried over to the Campatcha. Now, when we work through the front, you are going to have reinforced TPU working its way across the toe box, reinforcement of the toe box, and that leather construction carries all the way around. This is going to be a CE rated boot. You have reinforcements at the ankles, you have ankle cups on both sides, and then when we move around to the back, you do have the heel counter, so that shock absorbing heel counter works its way up, reinforcements around the heel cockpit, and then you're going to see the bellows with some accordion stretch up top for added comfort. Now, like I said earlier, the main thing we're going to notice here is that it is going to be a slimmed down shin. So you can wear this underneath the pants. You're not going to have any surprises there. It is a Drystar membrane, the same way that we saw with the Corazal. And as long as your pants are going to fit over top of the boot, you're going to have a waterproof boot. That's one of the biggest things we hear is, my boot's getting wet, it's waterproof. You need to make sure that whatever your waterproof layer is that you're wearing covers the outside of the boot and you don't have water getting in from the top. Now it is going to be a slimmed down shin, still going to have reinforcement of the shin, just not that big beefy TPU. It is going to be heat embossed in the leather, and there is going to be internal reinforcement there. As far as an entry standpoint, you're going to have Velcro with a zip on the medial side of the boot, and you are going to see where that Drystar membrane carries up to. So you need to make sure that that waterproof layer that you're wearing down covers over the top, I'd say about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of the boot before it reaches that membrane. And as we zip this up, the final note here is that there is a bit of elastication on the inside of the zipper, which just adds for a little bit of flex. So if you have larger ankles and you sometimes have a little bit of pressure there, this just helps with the range of motion to add comfort back in. And that's really the name of the game when we're talking about the Campatcha boots. You're really focused on comfort for around that $250 price point. You still get that ADV style from the ankle down, but a little bit more of a slim design and slim profile as you work your way up. For those of you that really aren't going anywhere off-road with your ADV bike, but you want something that fits the look, fits the style, and is also going to provide you with a useful boot that's going to be comfortable, as well as giving you plenty of grip when you need it, this is definitely one to consider from Alpinestars. Now would be the time to click the info button on your desktop or mobile device if you'd like to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there putting the Campatcha boots through their paces. If you have more questions for one of our gear geeks as to which pair of boots is right for you and your riding style, give them a shout. 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email to cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Alpinestars Campeche boots. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.